to a new Emerald Halls video. Sorry for the late upload, but the Monster Island summon has came back for another rodeo, now with a new featuring hero, and his name is Ruadh. So let's get started with this hero review. So Ruadh, I think that's how you pronounce his name, is a 5-star legendary hero. Fire element, druid class, not the best but also not the worst. He is from the Plains Hunter family, and of course you get that attack bonus, and he gets the Monster Island event bonus. You can pause and read, but I won't go over all of that. Now he has 2 passives just like any other normal Monster Island hero would do or would have. Special skill damage reduction, so has a 10% chance to drop the direct damage received from special skills to 1. Pretty good, not the best because it's only a 10% chance, but can really benefit in some occasions. And secondly, damage over time on special. Now we know that this is the hunter's mark, so when they cast a special skill, they give a random enemy an effect, and the enemy will receive 150 damage over 3 turns. Now if the target already has this effect, the duration will be reset and the damage will be increased by 150 up to a maximum of 1500 damage in total. So it's basically just stacking, very useful against titans. But let's take a look at stats. So stats, pretty good balance between attack and defense, very good health stat. Now if we take a look at double it breaks, we can see that his stats are all across the board very even, and especially high in the health, and he also benefits from the regen ether talent. Now let's take a look at his special skill. Unfortunately, it is running at slow speed, but he dispels buffs from all enemies, deals 400% damage to all enemies, which is pretty good considering that he prioritizes dispel and he deals damage. Now we can see that Ruadh is like another hero who I will name later in this video, but I think this effect might give it out. Deals an additional 10% damage per remove status effect, up to a maximum of 1500 damage in total. Now if you haven't guessed it yet, it is Snow White. She dispels first, deals a pretty decent amount of damage, and then per each dispelled buff she will just increase the damage. Now you need 10 buffs to have the max power of 500% to each enemy, which is possible if you face a buff heavy team, maybe like Dark Feather or like Relius with the War, for example. I think these buff heavy teams in the meta should be pretty easy to take care of if you have Ruadh, because he prioritizes dispel, deals a decent amount of damage, and he deals even more damage per each dispelled buff. Now next, all allies get plus 40% attack and a further 2% increase per each remove status effect, up to 60% in total for 6 turns, which is quite a decent duration of time, let's just put it that way. But 6 turns is a pretty long time to wait in a battle. Next, we have all allies get plus 40% defense and a further plus 2% per each remove status effect, up to 60% defense in total for 6 turns. Extremely good. And the caster regenerates 1500 boosted health over 6 turns. Boosted health can exceed max HP. Whether this is or isn't on the card, I think it doesn't make or break the hero, but just a nice bonus for himself. So he's getting the boosted health. So overall, Ruadh is a pretty strong dispeller if you pair him with maybe Rush War or Rush Attack or Rush Tournament, for example, he should be a pretty devastating hero, especially because of the damage and the buffs he gives to himself and his allies. Maybe pair him with Ludwig or another mana booster hero, like we just had Queen Anne in the Soul Exchange. But overall, very good Dispel. I like that he prioritizes Dispel. His damage goes up with the remove status effects. His attack goes up, his defense goes up with the status effects, and it lasts for 6 turns, which is pretty good. And congratulations if you do manage to get this hero. He should be amazing, especially in Rush Attack formats. And I'll see you in the next video. Thank you very much for watching.